Once upon a time, in the land of the free and the home of the brave, people believed that if you built a house big enough, you could keep all your in-laws out. Unfortunately, history shows us that this was not the case. In fact, the bigger the house, the more relatives came knocking at the door. This is perhaps the real reason why American architecture has such a rich and varied history. Starting our journey, we travel back in time to the early 17th century, when the first English settlers arrived in the New World. These homes, known as first-period houses, were simple, one-room structures, featuring steeply pitched roofs, a central chimney and diamond-paned windows. Think of them as the original tiny houses, but with less hipster appeal. Fast forward to the 18th century, and the Georgian style was all the rage. Inspired by classical Greek and Roman architecture, these homes were all about symmetry, with evenly spaced windows and a grand entrance right in the middle. The White House in Washington, D.C., for instance, is a perfect example of this style. But remember, it's not open for Airbnb bookings. Now, let's leap into the 19th century, a time when bigger is better became the mantra. Enter the Victorian era, an architectural style that was as elaborate as Queen Victoria's hats. These houses were like the peacocks of the architectural world, featuring intricate details, vibrant colors, and multiple stories. As we move into the 20th century, we see the emergence of the modern movement. Think Frank Lloyd Wright and his iconic Fallingwater house. This was a time when architects said, enough with the frills, and embraced simplicity, clean lines, and a connection with nature. Let's not forget the 21st century where we are now. Today, sustainable architecture is the name of the game, with architects incorporating eco-friendly materials and designs into their work. From solar panels to green roofs, these buildings are all about reducing our carbon footprint. So, what have we learned from this architectural journey through time? First, that American architecture is as diverse as its people. From the simplicity of the first-period houses, to the grandeur of the Georgian style, the flamboyance of the Victorian era to the minimalism of the modern movement, and finally, the eco-conscious designs of the 21st century. Second, that architecture is a reflection of the times. It tells a story of the people, their beliefs, their aspirations, and their relationship with the environment. Lastly, that bigger isn't always better. Unless, of course, you're trying to keep your in-laws out. In that case, you might want to consider building a moat. And there you have it, a whirlwind tour of American architectural history. Remember, these buildings aren't just bricks and mortar, they're a testament to the American spirit, innovative, diverse, and constantly evolving. So next time you pass by a historic building, take a moment to appreciate the story it tells. It's like a free history lesson, but without the homework.